What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS podcast and live stream for Thursday's 5-game main slate. James, 5 games here. A bunch of teams, that we are kind of wishy-washy on here a little bit. Detroit, OKC. Got to see if OKC is on the front end or a back end of a back-to-back. Got to see if Detroit is on the front end or a back end of a back-to-back. We have Sacramento here on a back-to-back. Not that I think we have to worry too much about them there. They're on the road here against Brooklyn. The Pacers, obviously, their lineup has been a bit in shambles lately. They have a handful of guys listed as questionable tonight. They're running in against Milwaukee. Milwaukee the other day, we knew they arrested Middleton. This could be a spot where if the Pacers sit out Halliburton and that group, that Giannis gets rested or Drew Holiday sits. Like they're not above sitting these guys in matchups where they don't think they need their starters to go out there and play heavy minutes. So you have that. Not only do we have that, we also just have like blowout scenarios here, right? Like Milwaukee Pacers is a potential blowout. Toronto OKC is a potential blowout. Detroit Denver is a potential blowout. Phoenix Orlando, though Orlando's been playing pretty well, that could be a blowout with Orlando on the road in Phoenix. So 5 games. This is going to be a bit of a messy slate here. I think maybe the favorite game for me on the board is Brooklyn-Sacramento. We know Sacramento doesn't play any defense. They nearly lost last night to Chicago, if not for De'Aaron Fox heroics there. And we love what Brooklyn's been putting on the floor lately with Bridges going off again the other night. Spencer Dinwiddie and crew. So, I think this is where we're at with this slate. It's going to be a lot of unknowns, a lot of potential blowouts. You just kind of find the right value and hope some of these games maybe stay a little bit more competitive than we're used to them being.
Yeah, to your point, Denver is a 14-point favorite in Detroit tonight. And this is a Denver team that has lost 3 games in a row. So I believe so, right? They've lost 3 in a row. Or did they win last game?
To Toronto, right?
Yeah, I think they lost to Toronto, didn't they?
They did, 110-125.
Yeah, so...
They lost to Brooklyn by 2. They lost to San Antonio. I mean, that was a tough one. They lost to Chicago 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
4 in a row. You're right. 4 straight. Chicago, San Antonio, Brooklyn, Toronto.
So 14-point favorites despite losing 4 in a row.
And being on the road.
And on the road, they're still 14-point favorites. I mean, they should be because they are still number 1 in the West. Yeah. And Milwaukee, 13.5-point favorites against Indiana. 238 total in that game. So, the total's great if Indiana can somehow keep it close. But we just don't know who's going to play. Right. Everyone's just listed questionable.
Feel a lot better if Halliburton and Turner are active. We know Ben Matherin's not active for this game.
Yep.
So
Ben Matherin out. And then you mentioned the Sacramento-Brooklyn game. It is probably the most enticing game environment on the board. 237.5 total. Brooklyn giving 2.5 to the nobody I get it because Brooklyn's home and they're still good, but Brooklyn 2.5-point favorites. What did I tell you last night? Chicago opened as favorites, and I know it was a nail biter against Sacramento, but Sacramento just wins. Dude. Yeah. They keep winning, and they're underdogs again here.
Well, when we were talking about this game last night, Chicago opened as a favorite, then it flipped to Sacramento minus 1.5. Well, if you took the Bulls at plus 1.5, you won because you lost.
No, they lost. De'Aaron Fox hit the 3.
De'Aaron Fox hit the 3. Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying, and again, Brooklyn 2.5, second night of back-to-back for Sacramento. It's tough, but Sacramento.
A lot of fantasy goodness there for Brooklyn, right?
No back-to-backs, Sean, in OKC, Detroit, or Indiana. Okay. I don't even see any back-to-back. So this is the only back-to-back we're dealing with is Sacramento, second leg. Mm-hmm. I don't see any front leg of back-to-backs tonight.
That's good.
Nobody playing today is playing tomorrow. I don't see anybody playing tomorrow. Okay. So we could realistically get a pretty clean slate, knock on wood. And we know it's going to be a nightmare, but we could.
Sacramento doesn't generally sit guys, so I'm not totally worried here. It is the second night of a back-to-back on the road. That would maybe be the potential only hesitation there, but I mean, other than that, it doesn't seem too worrisome. So let's get into it. Point guard here. They have Devin Booker on DraftKings as the top price guard. Obviously, we know he's a shooting guard, so we'll hop down Halliburton's at 97, questionable to play. He's missed the last couple of games. SGA under 10K at $9,600 against Toronto. Really tough matchup for him. Certainly a concern and blowout potential as well. But he's been unreal lately. We talked about De'Aaron Fox last night. He hit the game-winning three. He's at $8,900. Drew Holiday, Fred VanVleet in the mid 8K range. Dinwiddie's at 79. Jamal Murray 77. I don't mean to just list off all of these guards here, but from 7K and up, there's a lot of very viable, yes, this play makes sense to put in my lineup spot. So, do you find yourself gravitating towards a Halliburton or SGA on this slate? Or do you look at some of the mid-tier guys, like a Dinwiddie, like a Chris Paul, Fred VanVleet, and maybe go in that direction?
Yeah, it's probably that direction. Of course there's viability. You can use Halliburton. He practiced yesterday, are the reports. So, trending in the right direction of him playing, but it's obviously a tough spot against Milwaukee. SGA in the same boat. I don't think there's a blowout. Death taxes, Oklahoma City covering spreads. It's just what happens.
Sure.
They've been one of the best teams against the spread. They're winners of 3 straight games. They've won 4 straight that SGA's played in, and they're the 9 seed. John, they are half a game out of the 7 seed. They're 1 game out of not even being in the play-in. They're being in the just regular playoffs.
Yeah.
Why are we I think we might. I don't know, man. Maybe
imagine if they had Chet Holmgren with them, if Chet didn't break his leg,
this OKC team is kind of fun, dude. They're kind of fun.
Yeah. SGA is fun. When OKC traded for SGA in that Paul George deal, we were like, this kid is someone to watch, right?
Yeah.
We loved him over in the Clippers, and it's taken a year and a half or so. End of last year, he was balling out, but now we're getting full bore. Breakout star here, so
and the combination of Jalen Williams breaking out too, and Giddey as well. This team's fun.
They just don't have a good front court, and Toronto is just a monster front court.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's a tough spot for them. It's a tough spot for SGA in general. You still love the price under 10K. I think he's a 10K player that is kind of mispriced, but he gave us 50 last time out. No surprise there, but I do agree. You can play Fox if you want good game environment. You can play VanVleet. We saw the ceiling game last time out, of course, because we
talked about it, right? We talked about his ceiling game. So,
dude, it's just good luck getting Toronto correct. Yeah. That's all. Ever.
The only guy you don't play right now in Toronto is Siakam.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
I know, but it's just so hard to predict. VanVleet was very chalky in that Lakers game.
Yeah.
Does horribly. Then he comes out and that game, OG and Scotty Barnes both scored 30 actual points. It's how do you predict that?
Yeah.
OG had shown no signs of 30, and then he's let me just, y'all must have forgot.
Right.
So you can play VanVleet. We know there's a ceiling. Giddey, tough spot, but coming off a triple-double.
More importantly, over 30 minutes now and 6 of 8.
Including on a back-to-back, right? I think that's maybe the biggest part. He played a 30 on a back-to-back. But I do agree.
There's only 2 weeks left or so, right? So, I mean, they got to, get him going, right?
Yeah. So, Dinwiddie, Jamal Murray.
3 straight double-doubles for Dinwiddie, too, by the way. A guy that wasn't really posting big assist numbers generally in his career. Now, double-doubles in 3 straight?
Well, now he just has to pass it to Mikal Bridges, who's going to make a 3 every time he catches the ball. Jamal Murray, I think, if that game can stay competitive, which, maybe it does because how poorly Denver's playing. But, not going to put it past a 40-point win either. And then Chris Paul, who disappointed last game against Milwaukee, but tough spot.
Yep.
I like the double-digit shot attempts, and we know the double-double upside's there. So I agree. I'm fully in agreement. This tier is elite, and I think the days of paying for Killian Hayes are over.
Yeah, Ivy's probable. Ivy's probable. Markelle, you worried at all about the matchup against Phoenix here?
They're all these Orlando guys again are fine.
Okay.
They're all nothing stands out, I think. But they're all playing good. They're all playing solid minutes. I think Suggs is probably the least appealing.
Yeah, Franz coming back and Cole Anthony still seeing 29 minutes is a good sign for him. So.
Agreed. Agreed. Would you pay Nembhard 6K if nobody played again? The only way I'd play Nembhard is if they both sat.
He was just
Halliburton
good
and
against.
McConnell.
I mean, look at the 3 teams he was good against there: Houston, Detroit. Like, I don't think
Agreed.
he's going into Milwaukee here and having much success. So
He's just been good when Halliburton and McConnell have sat. Like
Right.
when one of or the other play, he's not worth it. But I would consider it just because we know if they both sat and Mathurin sat, like they're, and Duarte's out too, John. So like there's some upside.
there's some room. Shooting guard here. Booker's at 9,900.
Whoa.
What? You're not playing anybody below him.
We don't know that.
I do.
I don't know that.
I do.
I don't know that.
You're not playing anybody below her.
You don't want to play.
No, everybody's really back. There's no value down here.
You don't want to play.
Who?
Yeah, there's no value.
Cameron Payne, like.
He is pretty good on
dart throw. Cameron Payne at 3,400. That's it.
That is probably the only option down here.
Yeah,
but I would. It's probably That's
unless someone gets ruled out, like Davion Mitchell starts, like you're not.
No, not even if there's a fire. Not even if there's a fire.
I've been trying to tell you that, but you keep on being like, "Well, he's starting." I'm like, "Nope, not a chance."
Not even if there's a fire.
Back to shooting guard before you rudely interrupted me. Devin Booker's $9,900. You can certainly pay for him if you want, but why pay $99 when you got Bridges at 83? Doing the exact same damn thing. So like, what's the point? Another 20 shots. Guy hit against OKC, 34 actual in 2 of 3, 25 or more, 30 or more in 5 of 6, 6 of 8, 9 of 9. What's the math? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're looking at 30 or more in 5 of the last 7 games. Actual points.
That's pretty good.
So 8,300 Bridges can lock in that one. You want to go chase OG? Go for it. 31 and 24 actual the last 2 games for him against Lakers and the Nuggets. Now he gets OKC. You mentioned like good luck guessing which one you want to go. Could either be a bust spot or a boom spot for OG Anunoby here at 63. Go for it. I never get Franz Wagner right, so I'll let you guys play him if you want. Go for it. Knock yourself out. Hoarder last night, was he average? He was average, 28 minutes there. Don't like the price on him, though.
Yeah, and you got to think 28 minutes with Trey Lyles out because of suspension. Does that continue? If he plays poorly, does he just get benched, So you can play him in tournament.
I'd probably rather play a Kogi at 51.
Same. I agree. All the minutes.
But again, after that, man, like, I don't know. Unless someone gets ruled out here, is there anybody, like...
I mean, we know KCP is going to play 30 minutes. We know Bruce Brown's going to play low to mid-20s. You could take a shot on Malik Monk always in tournaments.
Yeah.
Right?
Isaiah Joe still logs 28, 29, 24 minutes last 3 games.
Yeah, he just needs to make shots. He's missing all his shots. Yeah. If he makes shots, he's viable.
Ingles is playing a lot, even with everybody active, and he's been playing.
What's the Grayson Allen? Grayson Allen's out.
Yeah.
So
Joe Ingles at 42.
So we're probably gonna get Connaughton in the starting lineup. Would be my assumption. That's what they ran Connaughton out. They also ran Javon Carter out last game. I know that was Middleton related too, but
The
Carter,
minutes are good for
Ingles
right now. 26 or more in 5 straight.
Yeah, no, I think Ingles is perfectly fine, and he's been very productive.
The assist numbers this looks like Utah Joe Ingles, right?
It does look like Utah Joe Ingles. Right? Yeah, it does. So I great eligibility. It's probably Ingles. You could throw a dart at Connaughton. You could probably throw a dart at Javon Carter if he's
Terrence Ross revenge game. Does he get any run here? Hasn't played much since we touted him 2 slates ago.
Yeah,
15 and 11 minutes.
Because now Kogi's minutes now are 35, 36. So
probably Gary Harris questionable. Yeah. If he sits tonight, that could give a bump to somebody here.
Suggs probably starts in that case, and then you see, Cole Anthony continue to play 30 minutes because he's the backup 1 and 2.
Yeah. So that's good to watch. See if Gary Harris is in or out of the lineup tonight. If he's in, would you play him at 3,500? The last 2 games for him,
he's been good.
Been okay. Again, slate that's lacking value. So anybody else here?
No. Nope.
All right, small forward. Middleton's your top price small forward here with KD out. He's $8,200 coming off a rest game. He's been unreal, coming off 31 actual the other day. 9 assists in that game as well. I've been touting Paolo pretty heavily. Good. He's been crushing it. Think he can go there at 76 as well. And then Scotty Barnes, as we discussed. Obviously didn't score 32, but another good shooting day for Scotty Barnes. 8 of 16 from the floor, 18, 7, and 5. So small forward, you're not having to pay all the way up here. Some good mid-tier guys.
Yeah, like all those guys, I have no problem getting to any of them. The only worry with Middleton is the blowout.
Yep, I agree with you. Anybody else down here in the small forward range?
Yeah, look what happens when Cam Johnson doesn't go to the locker room. It's amazing, huh? 40 minutes, 23, 9, 3, and a steal, 41 fantasy points.
Yeah.
Best game environment on the board, as you mentioned. So absolutely love that spot. They're kind of like Michael Porter's minutes are just so sporadic. I don't know how to approach this guy. It just feels like a stay away for me because you just can't. The minutes are so unreliable. Yeah. White bread Harry Barnes, he's fine. Okogie, we mentioned, is fine. Royce O'Neal, you can't predict when his minutes are going to be up. If Magruder were to start, I don't hate him, but he needs to make shots to have any viability. Do you think so? Heald is also questionable,
yeah.
John. It feels like, and tell me if you think I'm wrong here.
Jordan Nwora?
It would be a Jordan Nwora start. I mean, there's no Duarte. There's no Mathurin.
Yeah.
There's potentially no Heald. If you speculate Heald being out, don't they just have to start Nwora? I mean, they could obviously go to Brissett.
I mean, I would hope so. Listen, 31 minutes and then I knew he was good. So why not give the guy more run? You traded for him, right? So
I mean, if Nwora were to start, that would probably be the only scenario.
You got a little revenge game there, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
that's the contingency. If he starts, that would be my interest. If not, you could just play the.
Yeah.
Wait, Precious Achiuwa is a small forward only on DraftKings.
Yeah.
Not that we're playing him.
Yeah.
That just needs to be pointed out and debunked. He probably has not played 1 minute at small forward in his career.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you there. All right, let's go on over to power forward here. At the top of power forward is Giannis. He's 12K. If everybody's active for the Pacers, are you interested in paying up for Giannis here tonight? Even if everybody's active, it still may not be that competitive. But Pacers did almost just beat Philly the other day. So when everybody was healthy, that was that monster Halliburton game. He's really kind of carrying this Pacers team. Now, obviously, they're down more depth than just that. But, if they're only missing Mathurin today, do you think they have any
Duarte.
Shot? Yeah.
Look at what Giannis did against them earlier in the year in 33 minutes. I read.
Yeah, so 41, 12, and 6 in that game. So
yes, so yes, the answer. Honestly,
I'm trying to see the last true blood. Orlando, he played 28 minutes in that game. He had 31, 7, and 6. So
that's the thing, of any player in the NBA that is in a blowout, I trust Giannis the most to get to where we need to get.
Sure.
So I will play Giannis.
If the build gets there for you.
Yeah, I have no problem getting to Giannis.
Okay. So Giannis is there again. I'm not playing Siakam. The guy's just not doing it. You want to be contrarian tonight? You can play Siakam if you want. Not anywhere I'm going.
Boy, oh boy.
You mentioned the Jalen Williams breakout. Listen, lottery pick or just first round pick? Where did he go?
I believe he went lottery, and other Jalen Williams did
second rounder. The other Jalen Williams is a second rounder.
He was 12th, so 12th. Yes.
Okay, so they hyped this kid up during the summer league. I've been talking about him for a while since the season started. Basically,
it's so good.
And now he's really starting to come on the last two games. Doubles the last two games with different 10s. 10 rebounds one game, 10 assists the other. So, it's really good. 32, 21, 23, 20 actual point scoring. I mean, 20 or more now.
6 of the last 8, yeah.
6 of the last 8, 20 or more. So, worth the 7,100 again. But this is just a really tough matchup, right? Running against OG, running against Barnes, Siakam. So, Wouldn't shock me if he ended up having a down shooting game, but the way he's shooting and playing right now,
Yep.
difficult to do. Look at those steals. Good steal
It's
numbers,
I
too.
know, it's crazy.
It's really out there defensively, too. So $7,100 definitely a guy that we're looking at. You mentioned Cam J. Any interest in like Aaron Gordon here at 62, or Harry B was fine last night? Where are you going below this tier?
I don't hate Gordon because of the minutes. First time we've seen him 34 minutes in 2 of the last 3 actually. So like that's good to see. The production just hasn't been great, but I do like the minutes. If Rui,
Yeah.
as we found out, starts, I know the 20 minutes aren't great to see, but he left that game with an injury and returned. Not on the injury report though, so like good to see. If he were to start, I mean, they just don't have any forwards. Bagley, Bogdanovic, Livers, Isaiah Stewart, all out. So
Okay.
I assume he were to start. I would have mild interest in Oma Rui.
Okay.
Like Neesmith could play 30 minutes. We saw last game. You can go there. Who knows what to do with Keegan Murray, Trey Lyles. I honestly rather play Trey Lyles, I think. Fresh legs, not playing on a back-to-back, and he has been better than Keegan Murray the last few games. Keegan Murray played 29 minutes in Lyles' absence. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Yep, I'm with you there. Lyles back, though. We were in on him yesterday. Took the suspension. Probably go right back to him today if we wanted to get a little dark throw there.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about Keegan Murray. My bad.
Probably have mild interest in O'Shea Brissett, too.
Okay.
Who played 28 minutes last game. Torrey Craig played 21 minutes, got hurt. I don't know. Like, all these guys are just...
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's go center. Jokic here at 11-6. Sabonis at 10-1. Sabonis, another triple-double last night. 14, 17, 10. If you're spending up between the two, Jokic or Sabonis in their matchups, which one do you prefer?
What's the scenario that Detroit actually keeps this game close?
There is none.
So Sabonis.
But we felt that way before.
Yeah,
San
they just
Antonio
lost to the
did
Spurs.
keep that one go. So, and he went for 77 fantasy points because they did. But I don't know. Does Jaden Ivey and come back and keep this game close? Like, I don't think so. San Antonio at least had Vassell and Keldon and Zach Collins and Sohan. Like, they feel a bit more talented than what Detroit's putting on the floor. So,
who are you more likely to pay up for, Giannis or Jokic?
Probably Giannis.
I think for me it's Giannis, but
I mean, Sabonis is also triple double.
I know you don't necessarily need to, and we're gonna get to a bunch of centers down here too that are probably gonna be in our player pool.
Yeah, for sure. Ayton, Pirtle, Wiseman. I mean, Wiseman's questionable spot for Wiseman, but I mean, he did have another good game, against Washington. But I think Pirtle and Ayton for sure.
Yeah, I'm so mad at the Ayton. I had Ayton low ownership on the night slate the other night.
5 fouls in that game.
Yeah, 2 quick ones. Then he picked up a third, and then he picked up 4 and 5 in the third. Like, it was just a nightmare.
Yep. We got 39 minutes out of Nick Claxton the other day. That's huge,
dude. I mean, are Brooklyn's minutes not the most appealing thing? They have to be.
We were frustrated because he was only playing 28, 29, and then 2 of the last 3, 35 and 39. So,
and imagine we get a positive regression on the blocks too. He's averaging 2.5 blocks per game, and he only has 1 in the last 2 games.
Right. Yep. No, there's a good spot here for Nick Claxton, I think. Obviously Sabonis, but yeah, I like Claxton a lot here.
If Brolo sits, Bobby Poe, Brolo currently questionable.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby Portis. What do they do? Move Giannis to the 5, or do they start somebody else?
I would assume they just start Portis.
Okay.
It would be. I don't think there would be necessarily they would
Who's
just
the
both
backup
be,
5 for them? Is it Portis?
Yeah, they do the Portis, Giannis, Lopez,
sure,
and they have and they sprinkle in Myers Leonard now every so often.
Myers Leonard is not even on the slate.
Which is weird because they re-signed him for the rest of the year.
Yeah, not even here. Yeah, obviously Portis, anytime he gets the opportunity to start or play more minutes, is big. Wendell Carter, $6,500. I don't mind getting there either. Durant's coming off the bench. Isaiah Jackson not going to start if Turner's back. Omar Yori talked about. The other Jalen Williams, his minutes keep being so aggro.
Yep, he started first half, was benched second half in favor of Lindy Waters. So
yeah. So that's probably it. We probably don't find a center eligible player cheaper than Omayori, I guess. I mean, we talked about the dart throw and Trey Lyles, but
yeah, it's probably it. It's probably Lyles.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like, obviously, whatever happens with Indiana, like,
sure.
If Turner doesn't play, Jackson and Smith are both in play.
I'm with you. All right, let's build our lineup here then. Do we want to go Sabonis at center? Do we want to pay up for Giannis? How do we want to...
I want 4 Brooklyn guys in our lineup.
You want
Claxton? No, not really, but yeah, I love Claxton.
All right, Claxton. I mean, I'm fine going Dinwiddie, and I'm honestly fine going 3 if we can make it work. Dinwiddie, Bridges, Claxton, 5,400 a player.
I was to say we probably cannot afford to spend it because I don't really remember there being, like, other than Joe Ingles.
Yeah.
I don't remember there being like a concrete value that we're like, yep, that's our guy.
Joe Ingles would give us 57 a player.
The only other value play
Jordan
that like
Nwora?
well, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Nwora. I just don't know, like, like what they're gonna do with
He
this
has
guy.
to play. Like, Mathurin got hurt that last game, and Nwora played 31 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. You're right. He's got to play.
Okay. All right. I'm throwing Nwora in. 6,100 for a guard, forward, and utility.
I mean, 6,100 guard, forward, utility.
Yeah. Do you want to do... I mean, Cole Anthony's 54. Okogie's 51.
Yeah, let's do Okogie. Okay. I like that. That's a good value.
$6,600 for a forward and a utility. Just for reference, if we did want to throw like Sabonis in, that would give us a 3K player at a forward spot or a guard spot.
What is if you do Trey Lyles at forward, what can we get?
Lyles at forward gives us $9,200. So close to SGA. So close. Fox, Van Vliet, that whole group there. So
yeah. We could do.
I could run back with Fox. I'm fine running it back with Fox if you want.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great game environment. Right. What? Now like, why are we playing 33 minutes? Is that due to a back-to-back? Right? Like, are we just limiting him because of back-to-back? Like,
do we know if he had 2 quick fouls in this game? He only had 3, but did he get too early or?
We can look.
I mean, like, his minutes of 31, 34, 37, 33. I mean...
Yeah, they've been quite consistent, except yesterday. Why?
Yeah.
He had 1 foul in the first half.
Right.
He had 2 turnovers. He checked in for, like, 3 minutes, his second shift, and then immediately was taken off the floor for 2 turnovers? Like, that's... And then we're just like, nah. Did he go to the locker room yesterday? I don't remember him going to the locker room yesterday.
What if instead of playing Trey Lyles, we played Pirtle at 72, and that gives us a 6K guard, which could be like Cole Anthony?
I'm okay with that. I was thinking Chris Paul maybe in util or Ayton, but I'm also cool with Pirtle because the minutes have been...
All right. If we went Chris Paul, it'd be a $3,600 forward.
We don't have that.
Not really anything down here.
No, we don't. We do not have that.
There. All right, so let's go Cole Anthony, and then $5,700 forward. We had we like the Kogi. We could get to Hoarder if somebody gets ruled out or something, but a Kogi or Harry B. You had to pick one.
A Kogi for sure.
Okay, so I thought. And that gives us $600 left over. We'd have a $7,800 utility. Boncaro or Pirtle? Or Paul? I mean, we have the money, I guess. We have $7,800 for util. Jamal Murray is blowout potential there.
What is your opinion on this? Who's your like top?
I mean, I like Boncaro, man. Those minutes, he's not going to get sat. He's not going to get sat in a blowout.
Yeah, let's go Boncaro then.
Okay. Cause they don't really have anybody to defend him either, right? So.
Yeah, it'll be a Kogi and Torrey Craig probably.
Yeah. All right, let's go then. We got Dinwiddie, Bridges, Ingles, Noora, Claxton, Cole Anthony, Josh Okogie, Paolo Boncaro. $200 left over is the lineup. I believe it's Dylan maybe on the playbook.
Dylan, yeah, it's either Dylan or Ryan or Ray.
Or Ray. One of the two. I think it's Dylan. But anyways, playbook will be in there. We'll be in the Discord all day anyways. It's March Madness Day too, James. So good luck with your brackets to everybody who's watching. James and I will be back for Friday. Good luck. Talk to you guys later.